Okay, let's read the weirdest band notes apology of all time. This apology, which of course features white font on a black background, was written by one Martyrdom after a performance they played at a Houston venue known as White Swan, where they were on the bill, performing prior to headliners accosted and devoured trachea. And something went down at that performance that caused the band to write and post this. Hi everyone, we just want to start off by saying we are incredibly sorry to anyone we offended with our actions and gimmicks on stage. We are a black metal band, and as a part of it, we try to add a little bit of imagery and shock value to our set. Really frank way of explaining it that makes me feel like I kind of read that wrong. You see, we're a black metal band, and as a part of it, we like to add a little shock value and imagery to the set. Just a little shock, just a little imagery, just pepper in a little imagery there. Unfortunately, our acts has gotten carried away and way out of hand, offending many and even harming some. Aww. We want to apologize to any vegans. Yes! Vegans should get first apology priority in any situation, honestly. It's for that reason this band is completely forgiven by me. Vegans, Muslims, or other minority groups we may have offended, and anyone who was harmed by our act. Most importantly, we want to apologize to the White Swan and Harry, the sound guy specifically. Harry must have really gone through it that night. Of everybody who was having a hard fucking time, Harry was the one. Harry was the guy who was really pushed to the brink. Harry is just a fucking trooper. He's the gem of the White Swan. He is on the front lines, putting up with the worst of it. Thank you so much, White Swan, for giving us the opportunity to play there. Now, you may be asking, what exactly happened at this performance that caused the band to post this apology? Well, apparently, they showed up at the show with a severed pig's head, and at one point, that pig's head ended up not so much on the stage or in the performance, but in the crowd, and was pretty much getting tossed around, which, yeah, there's video of that. And, yeah, this is a bit of a weird situation here. Not necessarily weird because of the act itself, because believe it or not, Martyrdom is far from the first, and most likely won't be the last group to bring dead animals or dead animal parts onto a stage, incorporate it into a performance somehow. Loads of other black metal bands have done this, and look, going even further back than black metal within metal music, largely, you've seen and you've had artists like Alice Cooper or Ozzy Osbourne, do the whole dead animal thing, bite the head off the animal thing, blood, severed head, so on and so forth. That's not to argue that it's okay or that it's cool or to, voice endorsement for this kind of thing. Certainly for personal reasons, I don't, especially in today's day and age where I just kind of see little shock in doing something like bringing a severed pig's head onto the stage, even throwing it around, not only because dead animal parts are pretty widely available either at your local butcher shop or, I don't know, in the fucking road while you're driving down the highway. If I really wanted to be anywhere near an animal corpse, or if I found any kind of thrill in such a thing, I have my options. But furthermore, whatever that pig's head is supposed to represent, death, depravity, blah, 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 blah. There's no shortage of that being pumped into our news and social media feeds every fucking day. Call me jaded, but in the context of all of this, I just don't find the pig's head to be all that shocking. So I feel like whatever this performance tactic, even if it is a tried and true one in the metal scene, supposed to bring to the table, it just doesn't do it anymore. It's not impressive or all that daring. But if you are going to do it with the hope and expectation that people will be freaked out and shocked possibly upset. I mean, artists didn't exactly do this back in the day to curry the favor of normies. Yeah, if you are going to do this, why would you apologize after you've gotten the reaction that you are inevitably going to get for doing such a thing? This apology here has put martyrdom in a weird rock and a hard place kind of situation, I guess, because on one side you have the people who are rightly offended and upset about the whole thing because it's weird, it's gross. But again, you admittedly did this because you're trying to shock people. And what reactions are shocked people going to have other than, that's weird, that's gross, if I see that, I'm going to freak out. Then afterwards, you're like, oh man, seems we freaked some people out. Isn't that what you were doing? Wasn't that the thing? So yeah, that's one side of it. On the other side of it, you have fans of the band and people from the black metal community who are upset with the band for apologizing because with this pighead thing, they're walking the antisocial walk, but then after with this apology, they're not talking the antisocial talk, which for a lot of hardcore black metal fans, that is in fact the point, to ward off and drive out people who aren't going to be as hardcore, aren't going to be as vicious, who aren't going to be as heartless and as devoted to this performatively depraved black metal scene. Usually when a band like Martyrdom does something like this and it freaks people out and gets some negative reactions and they don't apologize after, I mean, my own personal reaction is, yeah, that's kind of what I would expect. But no, the band actually took a different route here. Again, apologized. They possibly realized they're not really about that life and had a bit of empathy for those who saw their actions and were repulsed, were made to feel uncomfortable, and were just generally unhappy with the whole experience and would have much rather just gone to a regular music show, I guess, which is not inherently a bad thing to do or want, especially since when arriving to the show, I'm sure on the bill, it didn't say anywhere in the fine print, warning, there will be severed animal parts flying around at the performance at one point. Fair warning for anybody who might not be into that sort of thing. Because there's nothing wrong with giving people the capacity to make an informed decision. For example, if I had the opportunity today to go to a G.G. Allin show, I may not go, not only because he was kind of a piece of crap, but I may also have a piece of crap smeared on me. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. But yeah, there you go. Quite possibly the weirdest band notes apology ever. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, and I will see you guys in the next one. There's another video here next to my head that you can check out. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Helps out the channel in the algorithm big time, and you are the best. Anthony Fantano, Pigheads, forever.